Welcome back. It's Monday, start of a new week and the last one of 2024. So with starting this new week, it's vital for me to get back on track after a bit of a lower disrupted week over Christmas, and I'm going to do that by mixing things up slightly in my training this week. With having the park run on a Wednesday, I've had to adapt my usual Tuesday Thursday schedule, so I'll be going for something that I've not done for quite a while. And what I'm talking about is hill sessions. So I've not done a proper hill session for as long as I can remember, really. It's probably getting on for nearly a year the last time I've done a good hill session. So I do run on hills on my easy runs, but I'm probably missing that benefit that you get from a good old-fashioned hill session. So hill sessions are a great way of replicating what you get in an interval session, but adding a bit more intensity to that. So you're obviously running pretty quick anyway on the intervals, but you're doing that at a gradient, so it's going to put more force through your muscles. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to increase my power and increase my running form and efficiency on running these hill sessions. So I got the idea for doing some hills. It just reminded me on yesterday's long run that I was talking to the lads, and Will had said that he'd recently cut his 5k time down. He PB'd last weekend in just over 16:30, and he put that down to doing a few hill sessions recently. So hey, I'll give them a go, see if it works out. So the session to try is one that we'd got from the Jake Whiteman sessions that we were doing over at the training camp. Was a 6 by 90 seconds, 6 by 60 seconds, and a 6 by 30 seconds. But I obviously won't be doing these flat out. I'll go at a more reserve pace on the 90, build into the 60s, and then more of a sprint on the 30 seconds, and use that walk down recovery to really make sure that I recover fully for the next rep. Checking back in on a rather fresh Saturday morning, so I'm going to round you up and catch you up with the rest of the training week as I'm on the way to parkrun. So Monday night, really pleased with this session. It was a hill session, not done hills as I said for quite a while, so it was 6 by 90 seconds, 6 by 60 seconds and 6 by 30 seconds, and yeah, it went really well. It's a sort of an interchangeable session for an interval, I think, at the moment, so I didn't mind missing out on my interval session this week to get a good solid hill session in. So on Tuesday, this was just for one easy run, and did it at a quite comfortable pace before heading to Oxford for the new year. So going to Oxford for the new year, wanted to do the University Parks park run, but unfortunately quite a lot of the park runs in Oxford were all called off because of the high winds, but thankfully one was left open for the actual Oxford park run. So I went and did that. It was a good, I say, sort of tempo effort again. A bit friendly, of course, and I normally do at Conkers, so it was quite flat and on tarmac, but the wind might have held me back a little bit. So I did a time of 20:30, which was 4 seconds or 6 seconds quicker than I'd done at the weekend. So I'm looking to try and beat this time at parkrun this morning. On Thursday, I ran a steady 8 miles with Sam, and these runs pushed me a little bit higher into the heart rate, so probably pushing into that grey area, zone 3 of a steady pace. But I like to do it once a week, so I think this has good benefit for like your speed endurance over sort of half marathon to marathon distance. So I'd typically be running 130 to 140 beats per minute on my heart rate on an easy run, but that just pushes it a little bit higher. Just want to be careful, as I've said, I don't do these too often. And Friday's run was a proper easy run, so around 40-45 minutes, kept that heart rate below 140, and yeah, just ahead of the big weekend really, doing a parkrun effort and a longer run on Sunday. I could have doubled on Friday, got out either at lunch or later on in the day. I thought, I'm on 42 miles a week, hit a good mileage target if I do my run, my park run and my long run, so left it at that, and I should be tracking for high 60 miles this week. Go! Harry's going for it.
Mark to the lead.
Are you videoing
If you want.
Yeah. You're right, mate.
Chris, you're on camera.
Yes. Section again.
So that's part run done now, on the way back, and quite pleased with this morning's effort. So although I don't know the time yet, as I was just running within every mile, I'll just go through my mile splits roughly what I thought they were. So I was about 6:20 for the first mile, which is a bit quicker than I've been previously. It is downhill and quite fast on that first mile. The second mile was about 6:30. I did drop off to about 6:40 for the last mile, but all in all I think that's probably up to somewhere around the 20:20 mark, which is a 10-second improvement from Wednesday on a friendlier course on Wednesday. So I was pleased with that. It was a good effort this morning. So an area where I felt noticeably stronger today than I have done previously on that course was up the hill. So the hill's just at the start of the second mile, and I think doing those hill sessions has helped me. We got a bit more strength in the legs, a bit more endurance, and bouncing back from a hard hill effort, so I was able to keep that pace into the second mile. So that is a wrap for today. I'm just tying up. We're just over 9 miles by the time I get home, and then planning to do 15 miles tomorrow, so have a rest up today and pray the weather gods that are not too bad with snow and freezing rain that's forecast tomorrow, so still get out and do that run outside tomorrow. Sunday's run was a 13-mile run, and we wrapped this up at around 7:35 pace. So we did have that bad weather forecast. It was a little bit slippy underfoot. Probably wouldn't have fancied doing a session or some hill reps within these weather conditions, but it was all right for a bit of a long plod. That is a wrap for this week's running. So a total of 65 miles, which is my highest mileage since I was probably well into the Valencia marathon training block. So it's my third week of over 60 miles in the last 4 weeks. Had a bit of a dip down Christmas week, but we're back on a good mileage target, and this was helped by getting out for 9 runs this week. So I got out every day and did 2 double days. I think this is really helping my recovery, my consistency with splitting longer runs up into the double days. It's allowing me to get a good mileage target in without really taxing my body as much as if I was doing that within 7 runs. So I also got a hill session in. That was a really good session. On the Monday, the hill session, got 2 park runs, which have knocked my time down from 20:30 down to 20:17 by the second park run of this week, and another long run bank. So all in all, it's been a really solid week, one that I tried to do 2 sessions, a long run and a lot of easy running in there. Somewhere between 60 and 70 miles is something I'm going to aim for next week. Thanks again for watching. Good luck with your running, and I'll see you in the next week's video.